Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. Today we are going to be heading out to downtown Raleigh area. I've been saying a lot, there's a contractor we've been doing a lot of work for over the past few years, but it seems like they have gotten a lot busier lately because they have been calling me a lot more lately. So we are going to be heading out there and doing a house wash on a 4,100 square foot home, and then we are going to be heading back to out towards our side of town, and we're doing, I believe it's a 1,300 square foot house, but we've been doing their gutters for a few years now, and they, maybe 2 years, 2.5 years, but they finally agreed to, yes, let's get this house washed. It is really dirty, so I'm really excited about that. I'm bringing the tripod with me, so maybe we will be able to do a time lapse. That's what I'm aiming for. On the trailer, I went ahead and dropped both tanks. Just carry a few 100 pounds less of water all the way up to Raleigh and back. We did, though, fill up our mixed tank right back here, just because, you know, we've got a total of like 5,500 square feet of building we're going to be washing, and the second one will probably have to do maybe a couple spots here and there a little bit more. So we are ready to rock and roll for the day. I'm really excited about it. It's feeling like spring again. I'm getting a lot more calls, not as much feedback from my normal clients as normal. Last week and early this week, I sent out a text message to every single person, just boom, 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 and it just didn't produce results. And I'm really nervous about that. I got a couple texts back, which was great, but I sent out probably 200 to 300 text messages of, hey, I think it's time for your house to be done because it's been, you know, so many months. So maybe I'm getting caught in spam blocker. I'm not 100% sure. I know that phones are upgrading and changing the way that they operate, so maybe my mass text messaging is perhaps my mass text messaging got caught in spam and all of my clients didn't get them. But I will give it a few more days. Sometimes it lags. Sometimes they see the message. They have to talk to their significant other. Sometimes they have to work it out in the budget. Sometimes they just don't want me to come back, and that's okay too. So for today, we are going to be grateful for the 2 jobs we have and more jobs we've got coming up next week. And hopefully, once we get done with springtime, or the pollen, my phone will finally start ringing. I'm going to show you a picture here of the pine trees by my house, just so you can see where we are on pollen. Alright, so I don't know if you can see the pollen pods from here, but all those little yellow things are about to dispense the most amount of pollen known to man. And that is going to be everywhere in the area because we have a lot of pine farms, and the oak trees seem to do it at the same time. So I've been keeping an eye on the trees at my house to try and gauge where I'm at in the pollen season, and I would say just about ready. All right, we've got a lot going on this one. These older homes in Raleigh usually do. This is, I believe, the southern facing side. It's got a ton of sun right now, but it looks like we've got a wasp nest, or maybe that's a bat. Something hanging out from this shutter, but that shutter is definitely damaged. You can see there. And again, this is a job we're doing for a contractor, so they're probably going to be doing a lot of replacing a lot of this stuff. Yeah, actually, like looking at this, a lot of these shutters are pretty well busted up, so they'll probably end up replacing those. Coming around here to the side, or the back really, we've got this really cool little patio area, totally cleaned out, which is awesome. We are going to be cleaning that patio and this little area here of brick. We're going to be cleaning the retaining wall as well, and all of this in here, it needs to be repainted. And so this is going to be, you know, they like me to come out and get everything ready before they come on through and paint and remodel and really see what they're working with. So this is going to be an unusual angle on both sides here because we've got the patio, then we have that peak, or the So we've got a little area here and a little area over there. I've got to probably set up a ladder to get to. Going around here to what I'm assuming is the north side. I mean, I actually not need a ladder to get up there. I could probably shoot it from here. Yeah. Coming around to the north side. Lots of green behind everything. This does look like painted wood. This does look like painted wood, so shouldn't need any more than our normal house wash mix, but there are trees growing like right up against everything, so there's definitely going to be some harder angles. A lot of yuck here. And this chimney is going to need a little love. It is just super duper green. And I want to get that looking nice. It's only the first like 10 feet up that's going to really need a lot of love. After that it looks better. But I've got to find my water source because I haven't... Oh, there's one back in here. I've got my cone set out where I'm going to cross the sidewalk. Beautiful brick sidewalks here. And this is the front of the home that we are going to be washing today. It's definitely got a little bit of buildup here and there and everywhere, so it's going to be, you know, definitely necessary, but a little bit more complex than your cookie cutter vinyl house. So we're going to go ahead and finish setting up, get the hoses pulled, start taping up door locks, etc. There were some speakers on that back patio. We're just going to get some stuff covered up. I've said it many times, but one of my favorite parts about the 8 gallon a minute is not being able to do things quicker, it's being able to do things farther away. So I've got this little retaining wall, a covered patio, the little peak there, and then I'm trying to get into this corner right back here. And the distance that we can reach with this M5 Duo, we're calling it the X Rod, paired up with the 8 gallon a minute, is phenomenal. I love the XJET products. I love having that quality equipment. It's able to do the job. It doesn't just save us time by pumping more gallons per minute, it also saves us time without having to set up ladders, being able to reach farther and higher and not have to stop what I'm doing in order to reach what I'm trying to reach. Love it. From here, we're going to do the same thing. I will have to hit from the side angle just because this peak does prevent me from getting all the way over, but love, love, love being able to hit everything I need from the ground, from a distance, without having to worry about anything. Alright, moving along on this one. This drain over here does not flow, so we ended up having to push a lot of water over to the drain over here by that turbo nozzle. Used my sludge sucker to get most of it out and into the flower bed, but still needed to drain what was left down onto over here. The patio area came out phenomenally. It is ready to paint now, so instead of it looking like it's missing a ton of paint, now you can see all the paint underneath. Alright, this stuff's just coming right off. This is just me putting some soap on there. That brick's just ready to release the algae. And again, this is just soap. Hasn't even had any time to dwell yet. And it's already trying to let go. Really tight corners here. I really kind of underestimated how difficult it would be to get to some of these areas. But it's been pretty interesting trying to get some of those areas up high because it's about 3 stories plus attic, and having to work around the trees has been a little interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna let this blow for a few and do some angles trying to get behind here. Alright, we're gonna do a walk around real quick before we wrap this up. The vegetation here prevented me from being able to put a ladder up against the house, and all these crepe myrtles really made it pretty well impossible to get the 2 sides of these dormers up here, but everything else seemed to come out pretty well. I really feel like if these, honestly, I don't think this could have been done during the spring or summer. Like, this is just now getting ready to bud. Once it puts on leaves, it's kind of a done deal. All right, so we turned out pretty well. I mean, really, for being how bad this side was, needed a little extra love, but it came out. There's that one spot that was really, really rough. All right, really happy with how the patio came out over everything else. I probably spent the most time back here, and it just looks really nice. All this here cleaned up good. Gonna go ahead and take off my tape. Okay, here we go. Nice and pretty. Looks like a place you'd go to hang out. All right, we are out on house number 2. Words I never thought I would say, but we're running slightly ahead of schedule. And this one is, again, one that we do gutters on. And we're just coming through doing a little bit of cleanup. Yeah, those are in there good. I was hoping I might be able to just pull on those vines, but they're in there pretty well. We may have washed this once before. I don't remember, but I remember when we came out this year to do the gutter clean, I saw this side and I said, yeah, it's ready. And then right around the back, it is really ready. So I do believe this is a rental property that they're getting ready for new tenants, so we're gonna get it cleaned up and looking good. Just got a call from the contractor for the job we just left, and we may end up giving them a quote for some gutter brightening on that house. Whew. This is pretty impressively dark back here, but we may end up giving them a quote for gutter brightening. It may end up just be easier for them to paint over the gutter stripes, but we'll see what they want to do. We'll always give it as an option if they want to work with us. Nothing crazy on the front and side here, but definitely a little build up from where this tree gives shade on the door. So this is going to take me a little extra time. I did bring some oxalic acid. I think I'm going to try right down here. This looks like they maybe brought in some clay, red dirt to bring, to fill in over here. And looks like we just got splattered against the door. So I'll see if I can get that off while I'm here. All right, well, this is 2 days in a row. Forgot to put the dipstick in the soap. So I just pre-rinsed the back of the house. It does not really need a pre-rinse, so I actually let it dry a little bit, and then I'll do a time lapse. I actually set up the time lapse, and there was no change, and I was like, what the heck is going on? It's not that thick on here, so hey, at least I rinsed the top layer off, right? I was about to say something's wrong with my injector or something, because this is not working. So I'll give it a few minutes to dry back here, and I'll work on another part of the house. Alright, waiting on a little water, and I'm going to do a quick little walk around. This came out absolutely wonderful. Again, this is just using 0.9 SH. We don't use anything super strong. And it does the trick. I did have to go over a couple of little spots here and there that just didn't, you know, they were too thick. So they needed that first layer removed and then come along with the second layer. We are waiting on water. And that's something I feel like I've been here before. I really feel like I've washed this house. Like, just walking around this yard, I feel like I've done more than just gutter clean. So I could go back, but I'm just gonna call it. I've washed this before, because I remember there was an issue where he wanted to know about the vines, and I told him that those would not come off. That was some time ago. Alright, so I've got still to wash the front porch, then go around the garage and down the side of the house. But nothing too crazy. We're really just wrapping this one up. And maybe I'll go ahead and grab that oxalic out and see if I can get a little bit of a reaction while we're waiting on water. Alright, so we actually did a little simple green, and that did the trick for the most part. I'm going to come back through with another pass after I'm done washing, but no need for anything crazy like oxalic. I was like, well, let me try simple green real quick. Yeehaw! All done, rolled up. You can see, well, let me get a little closer. You can see that garage door came out much better. It's not perfect, but it's better. We generally don't do inorganic stains, but I had the ability and the time, so why not, right? Alright, gotta get my tape. You can tell I'm at the end of my tape roll because I'm making very small pieces, just really enough to cover the front of the doorknobs. Gives me an opportunity as well to check for leakers. So I did not like this stucco tape, and I talked to Trash about it because I ruined a door that got past the stucco tape, and the more I think about it, the more I don't believe it was the stucco tape. I think it was the silly little tarp that I was using. And for general covering of things like taping over the electrical outlets, stucco tape works really well, as you can kind of see right over here. And just doing door locks, also super easy. And it's nice and bright red. I like the green of that frog tape I was using, but honestly I like the red maybe a little better. Maybe it's just because I used the green for so many years that I'm wanting to have a little bit of a change. But I just ordered some more, and we'll be using it for a while. I think it comes with like 65 yards. Yeah, well, that's gonna do it for me today. We are just heading to the grocery store after this, and then heading home. This is the end of my week. I took a long weekend, so we're also getting a new roof, which is extra fun. A few months ago, we had a hailstorm come through, and the entire neighborhood's getting a roof. We used about 20 gallons of mix today, and I'm okay with that. I mean, really, in all reality, that 20 gallons of mix is like 13 gallons of SH, and we did a little, what, 5,500 square feet of homes, so I'll take it. Actually, I might do some 5 rounds real quick before I go. Well, that's going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next week with some more washing. We've got a good week ahead of us as we are heading into this pollen, and we are going to be rocking and rolling very soon. I can feel it. It's just a matter of time. Just got to get there. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all be safe out there.